Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jack. So BioWare released this Peebee video interview with the voice actress Christine Larkin, and we're going to be reacting to it.
So it's just a quick little interview that we get, but it's really interesting because we actually learn a little bit about Peebee. It's only a 2-minute video, but you can actually take away a few pieces of information from it. So we're just gonna talk about it and
Yeah,
discuss like how we feel about Peebee so far. Because so from the second cinematic trailer, um, one of the things I took away from it was just how much I'm kind of like gravitating towards Peebee as a character. Kind of
yeah.
went on a
You're
tangent
kind of
of how
kind of in
cool
love with her.
I maybe a little bit, not in like a romance
Yeah,
way. Like I just want to be bros. I'm not really into romance in the games, but yeah. I was saying how I thought her design was really cool and that she looks different to the other Asari. I kind of got the vibe that she was a bit of an outcast, maybe a comic relief, and pretty much all of that gets confirmed in this video, which is really cool.
yeah. So she talks about how PB is kind of wacky and her jokes might not make sense. Like she doesn't really fit in with the others, kind of thing. So yeah, she mentions how PB hasn't really worked with the team before and how she's going to open up throughout the game. And she specifically mentions opening up to loving.
Romance confirmed.
Romance confirmed. Yeah, so it makes it seem like she's kind of like, we know that she's a rogue and a rebel, but she's kind of like a lone wolf kind of rogue. She's not really used to working with people.
Which is really interesting because it kind of makes it makes me start to wonder what her background actually is because they haven't. I mean, they've hinted at it. We've got an idea of her character, but we don't really know kind of where she starts out. We get the idea she's an outcast, but we don't know why. So that's going to be something interesting to kind of delve into once we actually get to play the game and find out more. Um,
Yeah,
but I thought this was a cool little video to kind of give us a bit more of a hint. I really like that she's going to be the comic relief. I kind of got that vibe from her just from her expressions and how she's acted in the trailer so far.
there are a couple of there's some cool lines that we get to hear, like her mentioning. She says something along the lines of, I've never seen someone wear so much dead stuff." Presumably talking about Drac and the thing we were saying about him wearing bones on his armor and stuff, the Krogan. Um,
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool.
she could
Um,
totally be talking about the Krogan in that scene. And the thing is, that would be awesome if she is, because it implies that like maybe you meet, but maybe PB isn't actually a part of the initiative in terms of like working with the humans. She could just be like. So remember before you were saying that you were interested that there could be like stowaway characters, people that
yeah,
just kind of got on board the big Citadel thing, whatever
yeah,
there it is they're transporting
well,
on. She could be a stowaway. So
yeah.
maybe you
I feel like
actually
she can. I feel like she would be like that. I can't imagine her going with the actual Asari military or anything like that. They wouldn't want her.
yeah.
I don't know. They'd kick
So
her
if
out.
she could totally be talking about Drac or the Krogan guy that's on your squad already, and that you meet her a bit later on, which would be awesome if that's what that implies. Or it just means that later on in the game you meet someone that is wearing dead stuff, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe
Who
there's
else can
some
be
like
wearing dead
shaman
stuff? I don't know.
people. Exactly, there could be some new bad guys or something, or maybe some shaman character. But either way, that line alludes to something cool, right?
Yeah. So BioWare also released these profiles on PB and Kora. So the PB information gives us her actual name because PB is just a nickname. So I'm going to try and pronounce it, I guess.
Go for it.
Pelisaria Basale, which, so I can understand why she has a nickname. Um, I mean, what do you think of her name?
Okay, so when I first heard her name was PB, I was like, what? I wasn't so sure about it. But now that I actually find out that it is a nickname, I think it's really cool. So, I mean,
Yeah,
we've said 1,000 times that we're getting the kind of vibe that she's an outcast, and you get that from her name already. So the fact that she doesn't actually go by her birth name and that she's come up with this like cute little nickname rather instead, it just
yeah.
kind of shows
She's the
that
type to like make her an identity in that way.
exactly, yeah. Or she's running away from her previous identity and she wants a new start. But either way, it's
Yes.
interesting.
We also get some information on the character's combat role, favorite weapons, and favorite abilities and stuff like that. And there's a surprising amount of information like about her personality from just these things. So it mentions that she's a gunslinger and a biotic, and that she uses something called an outlaw pistol. And gunslinger and outlaw are very, cowboy terms. So, it gives information about her personality in that way. I mean, she's going to be kind of wild, I guess, running around and shooting people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
So.
I mean, we see that already in some of the footage. She's just running around, jumping over stuff is the first.
Yeah, I mean,
one of the first things we see her do.
In the previous video when we were talking about the cinematic trailer, it's like what we were saying before, where she is really gonna be kind of a Han Solo type in her own way.
Yeah.
Kind of shoot first, maybe ask questions later kind of person. But yeah, so she's a gunslinger. She's got an outlaw pistol. And if that isn't the most badass thing you've ever heard in your life, then I don't know what is. So the fact that her character has been able to come across so well, and that everybody was kind of figured who she was going to be before we've even had it confirmed in this new video with the actress, I think says a lot about Peebee. And I think she's a fan favorite already, and the game isn't even out. So if we get more characters as interesting as Peebee already is, I think we're really shaping up for a really, really awesome squad, because I think that's the biggest thing that this game has to do, right? Is the fact that we all fell in love with the first 3 games, mainly because of the characters. So that's kind of the biggest thing about Mass Effect is your squad mates. And the fact that everybody loves Peebee so much already, I think, is a really good sign to what's to come. And I'm really, really excited.
Okay, so we also have more information about Cora. We know that she's the lieutenant, and she was second in command to Alec Rydad, as the Pathfinder. Rydad. Yeah, and the awesome thing is that she is a biotic commando who trained with the Asari commandos, and you can sort of see in her design, like her outfit, and I think you said like her haircut, sort of like she looks like she suits being in an Asari squad, which is really interesting for a human, I think.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
So it says her favorite ability is Biotic Charge, which is a Vanguard ability that we've already seen in the other games. And her favorite weapon is a shotgun. So she's just going to be charging in there, like blowing people up, blasting them away.
Yes.
Like a crazy person.
I can't wait to see Cora fight. I really can't wait. A human that's been training with Asari, I mean, it's gonna be fucking awesome. I think she, like you were saying about her design, she does look like she would fit with Asari, and her clothes cool, her haircut is awesome, but she just kind of screams boss ass bitch, doesn't she?
Yeah,
she just kind of looks like a complete boss, and I think that's why she looks like she's gonna suit the Asari. But the thing I'm most excited for with Kora is not just seeing her fight and not just kind of seeing her being a badass, but I think what a lot of people haven't picked up on is I think what could be really interesting is her relationship with Peebee. Not to bring everything back to Peebee again, but I think it's interesting that they released a biography for these two, because they're kind of polar opposites. So we've got an Asari that's kind of running away from being an Asari, and then we've got and who's more charismatic and human in a way, because she seems a lot more emotional. And then we've got Cora, who is a human that has been training with Asari for however many years. And
and it seems like they're sort of swapping personalities in terms of how their races are supposed to act. Like you said, in Peebee being more human, and Kora could seem colder, like more like an Asari. Yeah,
because that's like the biggest difference with Peebee so far as compared to the other Asaris, that they're quite cold and calculated. I mean, they're a nice Asari, don't get me wrong. Shout out to Liara. But they are really kind of calculated, and they think before they act. Whereas, they've said specifically about Peebee that she's kind of thinks after the fact. So yeah, I'm really interested to see the relationship between PB and Cora. I can't wait to see how that pans out. I think there's a lot of potential for kind of conflicts between those two. I don't know if they're going to get on because it seems
Yeah.
like they have very different kind of philosophical views. So I think it's going to be really interesting.
Who knows if we might have to like manage their relationship as Ryder, similar to how Shepard has to sort out a disagreement between Miranda and Jack in the other game. I don't know if there'll be any mechanics like this in this one, but yeah, I mean, conflict between these two could be interesting.
It could be. I mean, it could go either way. Maybe they'll just be complete bros. That would be cool
Yeah,
too. But I think they're kind of setting up the fact that these guys might just be polar opposites, and that we might have like a Jack and Miranda situation going again.
yeah, definitely.
All right, so that's what we thought of PB and Cora so far. With the new information that came out, it just kind of gave us a bit more of a preview as to the characters. So if any more information gets released on more of the squad mates, then we'll definitely get onto that and start discussing what we feel so far. But whatever you guys think, let us know in the comments. Tell us who your favorite character is so far. Tell us what you're excited for. We want to know. But thank you very much for watching. Check out our last discussion about the cinematic trailer. And if you want to see more from us, then please subscribe. We've just started out our new channel, so any likes or thumbs up you can give us would be great. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye.